I kind of just want you to see the table. So let's see. Tonight's edition of The Storm. What are we listening to? Let's see. Let's get some music. Set the mood for the storm. Let's see. I'm going to try it again. 80s love songs. Grown and sexy. Do we want Brian McKnight? I don't know. Where y'all at? I know you up. It's only 2:30. What's going on? Love songs forever. Just saying, so I don't know if I know these ones. Okay, 80s and 90s. Let's see what happens. Let's see what stories are out here tonight. I'll give y'all a couple minutes to come in. What's today?
Thumbtack knows. Get recommendations for all your home.
It's Tuesday. Okay. This is not what I'm looking for. This is not what I'm looking for. That's not one of classic love songs. Ooh, can't go wrong with Lionel. Yes. Okay, stuck on you. That's what it's gonna be. All right. Let's see some of these messages out here. Spirit, give me some messages for the collective. What does the collective need to hear tonight? What are the messages for the collective? My nails. All right. What are the messages for the collective? Oh, look at that. Oh, the lovers are out. The lovers are out reverse. This card always gives me like some kind of secret hideaway. And that's kind of like the message I wanted to talk about. Divine feminine and divine masculine. I think that, divine feminine has had a lot of, what's the word, excuses for the divine masculine. And maybe you've allowed yourself to be a hideaway, to be hidden away, to be a secret. And we want to make sure that that's not the case right now. You guys see that? I didn't want to turn my lights on tonight. But you see how they're like in some kind of secluded place? That could be divine feminine and divine masculine, right? And maybe this was acceptable at one point in time, but divine feminine doesn't want to be a secret anymore. All right? She doesn't want to be a hideaway. She doesn't want to be something that no one else knows about. And the nakedness speaks about the truth. Whenever you see an imagery of something naked, this is the truth that's being told. Okay? So anyways, the lovers is out. Lovers is out reverse. Okay? You can read reversals in a couple of ways. Either it's something that's happening right now, or the opposite of what's going on. So I didn't see how the King of Swords came out. But that looks like somebody who's left hung out to dry. Okay, the King of Swords in some decks is, a very serious individual. Like the King of Coins, he's about his money, but it's more about his reputation. Okay. Now this one is given the emphasis of like somebody who is Let me look at this again, because I see his sword stuck in. Can you tell us anything about Nancy Guthrie? Not today. Uh, I can do a separate reading. If you want to give me some info, give me her birth date, and I can go from there. Yeah, I'm not. I have not been watching the news lately. It's not easy. You're either watching the news or you're doing your spiritual work. It's not easy to do both because it takes your energy. It takes you in a direction that may not be helpful to you or beneficial, you know? So give me a little info and I can get some info on her. But yeah, the King of Swords is lay criminal, okay? So somebody could be into some kind of criminal business right now. Or just something underhanded, you know? But his sword is looking funny. So let me pull a couple cards and see what else these cards have to tell me to get a little more on that King of Swords. What's this? What the lovers here out? Why the lovers out here? 4 cups, okay? So this is an energy, it's kind of a misuse of your energies, maybe even a misuse of your sexual energies. It's energy so wound up so tight that it has to be used wisely. It's not difficult to misuse this type of energy, okay? But we have the lovers as a decision that somebody had to make about a love outside of their home. And let's see what else is out here. 6 of Wands. This is it's not a heavy reading, but it's she's the missing 84-year-old woman that got abducted 24 days ago. She's been all over the news 24/7. All right, just do me a little favor. If you can find her birthday for me, I'll do an investigation on that, because that's what I do. I take a look at I call it, you know, spiritual investigation. So the time someone dies, the time it's reported in the news, the spirit realm speaks to us in numbers, right? And so there's certain information that if you take a deep dive in it, it can reveal stuff to you. So yeah, I'll definitely take a look at that. Thanks, April. Let's see. What's this one here? What's going on with this King of Swords? And this is Taurus. So we got Taurus out here. We got Virgo out here. Mercury's here. What's going on with Mercury? Let me see. Mercury is in Pisces right now. Okay, so Mercury in Pisces is going to talk about spirituality. It's going to talk about what's the word I wanted to look up? An organization, but like that's not the word I'm looking for. But let's just say organization. So some type of organizations that you want to work for, maybe spiritual organizations or philanthropic organizations is what it could be talking about. But honing down on that Piscean energy, that that loving and that what is that word? Unconditional love. Okay, it's an energy of unconditional love. All right, but the King of Swords is up there. So we're going to see what's on the King of Swords' mind. Let me pull one more card for him in that row. But, ooh, the 8 of Pentacles is out. And I just saw something about the 8 of Pentacles. But that's the soulmate. That's a soulmate card. It's something that you are holding of great value, okay? But the Queen of Swords don't play. So this is giving an energy of somebody who's absolutely fed up because of past behaviors, because of maybe the secretive business, all right? And then you have the King of Swords who's in the middle of these two situations. And so he's got to use his mind to get out of it. The King of Swords is trying to be very creative right now. So there could be someone in your life right now who is trying to, it can look like manipulation just because it is the King of Swords. But let's keep it moving. Let's see what else comes out here. Why is this four of cups here? The Knave of Swords. The Knave of Swords. So this is another trickster. This can be someone, this can talk about spying, but in this deck, it looks like someone needs a nudge. Someone needs just a little more, a little push to do what they need to do what is right. But let me see the whole picture here. The Star. That's the higher octave of this. So Gemini just came out, okay? So communication could start back. If you guys aren't hearing from your person, communication could start back. But you need to be careful because in another reading I saw, it had a little bit of a trickster energy, you know? We're at a point where divine masculine and divine feminine have been going through so many cycles that, you know, it's time that some of these cycles are recognized. It's time for these cycles to be recognized. And so people aren't easy right now. They're not willing to take the things that they had taken before. Okay? So the Chariot just came out. And we have the Two of Swords. So yeah, people are on edge right now. All right? People may not be talking. All right? But this card also always gives me a kind of fear of the unknown. Like, people are just really guarded and protecting themselves. They're not even given an opportunity for a problem to happen, for a problem to occur. Okay? So let me take a look at this and see what this is saying. So what's the issue? Mercury, the Magician, willpower. Does someone have the strength, the energy, the dignity, the courage to do what they need to do? Someone is searching for their tools, okay? We all have our spiritual gifts. We all have our spiritual tools. And that's what we need to be working on right now. People are looking for access to that, all right? But the main concern over here is it looks like the energy is talking about this King of Swords over here, okay? And he's having an effect on this Queen of Swords up here. Now, Queen of Swords is Virgo. This is a woman who doesn't play, okay? She has her sword out. She's going to make decisions. She's going to make executive decisions. She's not going to sit on the fence. She's not going to give people excuses, all right? She's going to do exactly what she needs to do and what's best for her and her rulership, okay? And then we see the Eight of Coins down here. So this is the Sun card, and the Sun card is reversed, okay? So it's as though that there is no longer a reward in this union. This union is no longer being looked at as a reward. It's looked at as though I have to have my sword out and now I have to protect myself. The Queen of Swords is kind of like when the divine feminine has to bring in her masculine. Okay? As though the divine feminine can no longer rely on the divine masculine, and she has to activate her inner masculine, which can bring about a balance, you know, because a lot of times divine feminine doesn't necessarily need divine masculine for the traditional masculine roles, right? It's more of an inner being, an inner consciousness, an inner state of being that it needs to be reconciled, that needs to be fixed, okay? So the Chariot is here too. And so it's kind of saying the divine feminine is ready to make a move. She's moving forward. She's pushing ahead. It could be something about a vehicle as well. All right, I'm going to pull one more set of cards. But Yeah, it's like everything's gonna, something is gonna come to light, something's gonna come to fruition. Okay, so I don't know who this message is for, but focusing on your mind, focusing on your mental. And let me do one more. Let me see, let me call this the conclusion. What's the conclusion? What's the clarification of some conclusion? What's this Knave of Swords here? So the Two of Pentacles came out. And so there's some kind of creativity, some kind of ingenuity that's gonna have to, that had to happen in the past. So maybe Divine Masculine is trying to find some kind of creative ways. This is the lower end of the coin. It's the lower ends of the coin. And so it's kind of like getting back to the beginning, getting back to the way things were, right? Because the Three of Coins kind of talks about a reconciliation or making things right. The Two of Coins is status quo, okay? So there was something about a secret affair. The lovers are out. There's some kind of secret affair that happened outside of your home. This is an issue that people have. And there's a whole generation of people that are dealing with this and understanding that the home is more valuable than what is outside, okay? But yeah, somebody was looking for love outside of their home. They put more value outside of their home, all right? And they are being encouraged to do what's right. And they have to find some kind of creative way to get out of this situation. They're looking in the mirror to find a creative way to get out of the situation. They have to look at themselves differently. All right? In fact, let me keep this here so you guys can see stuff. Let me put this here. And then hopefully you'll be able to see it when I put it up. Okay? Where was this card? That was out here. Yeah, so people are in their mind. Like I said, this Mercury card is here. And so people are desperately trying to figure out. But it's an air card. So air is in the mind. People aren't really making any moves right now. And then let me see. What happened to my music? All right. Okay, the star. What's going on here? And this is the present. Yeah, this isn't about love right now. I mean, it's more about love of self. Like people are really taking care of themselves right now. All right, because we're in Pisces season right now, and so Pisces has a way. Pisces has a way of giving away their power. All right, so the fact that the cup is down, it kind of signifies that our emotional capacities had to be put on hold. So people are putting their emotional capacities on hold right now. And let me get a clarifier for the present. The King of Pentacles came out. And this is the Seven of Cups. And so there's some kind of decisions that people are making right now. The Seven of Cups can talk about a successful change of home. Somebody may be changing their home, or the issue could be surrounding a home that somebody picked, or maybe it's unsuccessful because this is reversed. Okay? But the Queen of Swords had to make a decision. And she's trying to make a decision about this King of Pentacles here. Okay? So she wants to move forward, but she is kind of looking back at this king here. All right. So this is the Emperor in his chariot. The Emperor doesn't really have time to look back and see what's behind him. He only pushes forward. So that this feels like still a bit of confusion, as though, you know, maybe divine math. It doesn't sound like the Queen of Swords. You know, the Queen of Swords is going to make a decision, but, you know, I'm seeing what I'm seeing. Okay. So maybe it's a timing thing, as though divine feminine is still on the fence about making that decision and moving on. But it's here. It's here. It's like sitting there in the background. I don't know what that means. Okay. So let me see. Let's use another deck. Let me pick another deck, one I didn't use last time. Let's see what's here. And I think I didn't expose my Ross, did I? Let me check the temperature of the collective. But yeah, this story is a little similar to the other night. People are still on the fence, and there's a lot of energies. I think the moon is it still in Taurus? And maybe in Gemini. You guys might hear some communication in the Gemini moon. People like to talk. In the Gemini moon, it gives a little hope to people, it's a fun moon, if you guys know any Geminis. So let's see what the emotion of the collective is tonight. Oh, and if you guys have any questions, when I'm done checking the temperature, I can do some one card readings just to get your energy, see what's going on with you guys. What is the messages out here for the collective today? What are the messages that they need to hear most? So movement, I think I already said that. It came out reversed. So there's not too much movement now. If you guys are expecting to hear from your person, Mercury's at play, so there's a lot of mental energy right now. People aren't really making too much action. Ooh. Let's see what this is. Passion came out, and protection. Okay. So just be careful. Passion can be, you know, passion, attraction. This is red. So there's a Martian energy that is here, and Mars is in, what is Mars in right now? Mars is in Aquarius. Mars is in Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius is, you know, a bit of a detached sign, but Mars is going to give you a little bit of energy. All right. So there could be some kind of passion building, maybe, you know, I think Venus and Mars aren't really that far off either, but there could be some passions in the background, okay? But this protection is here too. So just be mindful, be careful about any decisions that you make right now. What for chocolate? Money pug? What's that? Miller Extent Grande. What? Let me pull one more card. See if you have one more message for you guys. Illumination. Okay. So, and then sweetness. Yeah, so these things are in the background. So something could be revealed shortly. All right. It says those things are still hidden right now. And then, yeah, the love is being hidden right now. No one is revealing their true feelings. No one is being, you know, sweet or kind or vulnerable. That's the word I was looking for. As people are not being vulnerable right now. All right. So you want to keep that in mind. I'm going to keep those up there just for a reminder. And What deck did I just use? Let's see the light seers. The light seers always have some messages for us. What is going on? And this card's easier. Alright, this music is a little too soft for me. This isn't what I was thinking about. I love you, Lionel, but give me something. Ooh, let's see. Joe. You can't go wrong with Joe. Let's see if that puts me in my mood. Knight of Cups. Yeah, there's no messages right now. If you guys are waiting to hear from your person, people aren't moving right now. People are not moving right now in this energy. Yeah. The Ten of Cups. And then the Knight of Swords. That's interesting. Someone could be rushing in your direction. I can't say it's divine masculine, but somebody's making a move coming soon. Six of Wands. This is giving like a fear, like what's going on? Like, I'm not hearing from nobody. I'm not getting no messages. I gotta go see what's going on. I have the Knight of Cups reversed, sitting next to the Ten of Cups reversed. All right. The Ten of Cups talks about the warmth in the home. It's as though it's explaining why there's no warmth in the home and then what needs to be done about it. And then something was unsuccessful. This card, the Six of Wands, talks about victory, but it's reversed. Okay, the King of Pentacles is back out. So we got a king out here. That's Gemini. Gemini again. I think I already said something about Gemini. Didn't I say something about Gemini? Or maybe he came out in the other deck. Why is the Knight of Swords over here? But a lot of mental activity. So we have the Ten of Coins. That might have changed the message a little bit. So if divine masculine, or if someone's not running towards you, they're running towards money. Money could be on their mind right now. Money could be on divine masculine's mind right now. Hey, Madi. I got you. Come up with your question. As soon as I'm done with the general messages, I'll do some personal messages. Thank you, April. January 27. Okay, I'll take a look at that. That's she's an Aquarius. What's going on with this King of Pentacles over here? What's the message for the King of Pentacles? Give me your card for the King of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles talks about balance. It's an Aquarian card. Hey, V Dreamin'. What's good? Okay. All right, so what's going on here? So yeah, I still see the same energy, as though it's trying to explain to me about a lack of love in the past, this love that wasn't successful. But someone's here thinking about a lost love because the Five of Cups came out. Okay? So you guys are thinking about, let me see where these cups are. Yeah, so you had high expectations for something. Um, you still have a little hope. There's one cup of love left in here, but it looks like you're spilling a cup. Okay? So it's as though someone was letting go of a love, right? And then in the present, because you let go of this love, there may be a little coldness in the home. Okay? Um, the King of Pentacles is over there, though. He's sitting there pretty. The King of Pentacles is the center of all of this. Okay? And the King of Pentacles is a Gemini aspect. It's a Gemini card. And it's a Gemini card, but it talks about an individual, a masculine, who is very much about his money. He's about his coin, okay? He can even be described as a little ruthless, and he really sees things his own way, okay? And this is earlier. Later on in life, if he matures, if he grounds himself, then he can actually be a healer. He has the capability of being a healer. It's called the medicine man. You know, one of the zaddies, the gray hair zaddies, right? And so it looks like he could be thinking about a balance, or it's trying to tell me that he is the cause of this imbalance, okay? In the present. And then when we go to the future, we see a masculine, a masculine energy, possibly thinking about family, but wanting to get money, looking for a change of fortune in their money and their financial situation, okay? But there's a lot of competition. There's some kind of competition, all right? And, you know, something about travel, something about maybe transportation could be an issue because this was reversed. Or it could talk about maybe someone who wants to make a move, but maybe there's some kind of difficulty or some kind of issue with them making a move. All right. And then the Strength card came out. And so again, this is an urge, a call for balance. This is an urge for maybe people to listen to one another. Okay. People are now protecting themselves, protecting their inner child. You see this little lamb here? All right. So that's really the main focus, is that people are protecting themselves. It's as though maybe they gave their power away to someone else and that didn't work in their benefit. And so now people have to take care of themselves. They have to bring out that lion side of themselves. They can't be that innocent lamb anymore. Okay? Because things didn't go as they expected. All right? And let's see what the magical hours are saying on this. I'm going to use a different deck to clarify it. Oh, I didn't even use my Church of Light deck. You know, that got to come out. Ooh, that's too many cards. I can't do that. Let me take these back. Ooh. The Six of Pentacles is back out. So this talks about equality. That's the message, equality. Divine masculine, divine feminine. We are being asked to take a look at ourselves and be fair. There's an inequality, there's an unfairness, there's an imbalance, okay? And it's time to bring that into union. In fact, balance is the only way divine masculine, divine feminine could come into union. This card represents the lungs, Okay, two becoming one. If one lung doesn't work, guess what? You're not breathing. You can't breathe in a relationship that's not fair and balanced. If one person has more than the other, if one person takes and the other one, if one person's always taking and the other one's always giving, that's not going to be a healthy relationship, and that's not going to work. And then the Nine of Wands came out. This is the energy of simply people are tired. Maybe they've been traveling. Maybe it feels like you've been traveling all around the world. You know what I mean? Like you are just tired. You want to sit down and you want to rest. Okay? So, this is kind of, let me check one more deck. But Aquarius is an energy of detachment. It's a time where you stand back and you take a look at what's for the betterment of all. All right? It's not necessarily just you per se, but it's everyone. And if you think about the changes that need to be made, divine feminine, releasing that masculine and sitting in her femininity, okay? That's something that benefits you. It benefits your family. If there are children involved, your children get to see you in your feminine energy. And the same goes for divine masculine, okay? It's an opportunity for you to live in and to dwell in your masculine energy. Circumstances had it so that you had to be in feminine energy. You had to be manipulative. Women are manipulative. That's our characteristic. That's our trait, because we don't have that physical strength to go out and take what we want like a man. So women have creative ways to get what we want. And so when men are being, too smart and trying to think too hard, you're operating in your feminine, and nothing's wrong with that. Women are allowed to operate in their masculine. Men are allowed to operate in their feminine. But what I'm saying is, if you rely on that, if that's your personality, if that's your characteristic, ask yourself if that's your intention. If it's not your intention, then you have to be mindful of what you're doing, how you're doing it, and what your ultimate goal is. And let me see what these guys are saying here. But yeah, Aquarius, we still have some planets in Aquarius, so there's still some lessons that we have to learn about this detachment. All right. And it's a great season. It's a season where you pull back and you see exactly what's going on. Pisces can talk about illusion. It can talk about breaking down the illusion as well. Okay. So we're in that process of people seeing things for what they truly are. And let's see. What is the church? What is the message? So the Four of Coins. The Four of Coins talks about knowing yourself. It talks about astrology, okay? Knowing yourself through astrology. And I'm going to tell you guys, like I tell everybody, go to astro.com and get your chart, so that when I talk to you and when you guys ask me questions, or when a card comes out, you'll know what house it's talking about. So this Four of Coins here is talking about Aquarius. So if you were to look at your chart, you would know where Aquarius is in your chart. And then you can, be more decisive about the decisions that you're making. All right. I also have charts for you. I'm working on Astrodyne. Okay. We're doing Astrodyne charts. It's another system of astrology. And if you guys want those charts, I can give that to you. Just hit me up at Lady Ninti, LadyNinti, at nintikila.com, nintikila.com. Okay. And I will get you guys those charts. Yeah, so Four of Coins is out here, and you guys need to get to know who you are. All right. This also talks about money, the lower side of money, maybe being more cautious with your spending right now. Okay, you guys could be spending money, because I did see the Eight of Coins. The Eight of Coins does talk about a big purchase. Okay, but regardless, you guys want to be careful with your money right now. You might be holding on to your coin. Just being mindful. Maybe start some budgeting. budgeting tools, budgeting tricks. But money is an issue right now. And then the Empress came out, okay? So this is partnerships, this is relationships, this is a Libra energy. And then it also talks about creativity. The Empress gives birth to something. So there's something you guys are supposed to be doing. Maybe you are too deep into your relationship that you have put it aside. But the quickest way for divine feminine and divine masculine to elevate is to find your purpose. Okay, so divine feminine, you are supposed to be finding your purpose right now. We're not supposed to be dwelling over what divine masculine is doing. Divine masculine is going to do what you do. If you're worrying about yourself, divine masculine is going to worry about you. If you're worrying about divine masculine is going to worry about divine masculine. Okay, so we need to be in Empress mode. You need to sit on your throne. Don't worry about where nobody is. Don't chase nobody. It's a time to sit on your throne. All right? So I think that's the messages for tonight. I can take some questions. This is the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Scepters, and we already did that. That was the card where people were tired. Okay? So let me go back in here and see who was first asking. Let's see. I'm going to get back to that. So you guys got questions for me? Let's see. Oh my God, it's 3 o'clock. I feel like I've been talking for 10 minutes. Every time I look up, it says 41 minutes. There's no way. There is no way. Okay, Madi, what's your question? Let me see. Hello, I'm talking to Google. If you did tarot, please tell me about the future of Iran. Because the Islamic Republic is killing us all now. It has attacked our students. Future of Iran. Okay, I gotta look some more information on that because I'm trying to understand. The Islamic Republic, those are Iranians too, so it's like a civil war is what we're talking about, or are these people from another country? I can do a card on there, that's not a problem, but I just wanted a little more information since I don't get to talk to people from other countries too much. Give us the scoop. What's really going on? Because, you know, we over here, we don't always get the real news. What deck should I use for that? I think I'll use my Church of Light deck because they're going to give me the truth. And then I'll follow up with another one. But, yeah, for my mundane readings, I usually go into the charts. I don't know that I do too many mundane readings with tarot, but we can do it tonight. Yeah. Okay, so Madi wants to know about what's going on with Iran. Madi wants to know what's going on with Iran. I just saw the Pluto card come out, which I would expect if we're asking questions about war. Okay. Madi wants to know about Iran. What's the messages for Madi and Iran? What's the message for Madi and Iran? Message for Madi and Iran. A couple cards are coming out. So it's not, of course, it's not giving a definite answer. It's not giving a losing answer either. So for whatever reason, 4 cards came out. It should have been 3. So I'm going to incorporate them all in the reading. But this card is kind of telling me that wisdom went out the door. Okay? Wisdom has gone out of the door in this situation. Okay? This is like people are at their wits' end, and it's like the final strike. Okay? Just because of the number 9, and it's talking about Aquarius. So something could have started, some kind of issue, some kind of infraction could have started in Aquarius season. We still have planets in Aquarius, so people are still going through this energy. Okay, but this card talks about the sage, and so the sage is the light of the world, and so this is kind of saying that the light has gone out. So there was a wisdom, there was someone who is the light of the world, and this energy, this card is talking about that energy having to retreat. Okay, so that's kind of the initial cause of the situation. Somebody was also burdened by something. All right, and they're in the process of kind of releasing their burdens. There's one more thing I want to check. Let me check one thing. Oh, I know where. Let me check one thing on that card before I say something. Just the combination of it. Okay, give me 1 second. This is the 10 of Wands. And so, where is it? 9, 10. Where is the 10 of Wands? Yeah, so something had to give, something had to change. So somebody's status had to change, or because this wisdom, because this sage kind of had to go into hiding, there was a change of status, a change of the guard. And so the light went out, and that gave opportunity for someone else to come in. But it's reversed, okay? So this energy isn't promising. And then we have the 2 of coins here. And so this is kind of like some kind of ingenuity, right? Somebody could be getting paid. Okay, it also talks about technology, all right? So something about money and technology is here. Money and technology and war. Okay, you see the Chariots out? So there's going to be something about money and something about technology, but somebody is gone. The sage, there was a wisdom that was there. Maybe this is a leadership. It didn't give the emperor, but you did bring in religion. So maybe there's some religious head that is gone or had to go into hiding, okay? But what did I say about the 10 of Wands again? I said let me see the sorry, give me 1 second. These guys are messing around back here. Yeah, it talks about an invention or discovery or some kind of business or some kind of change in status. So if this was like 3 up and 2 down, I would say it would be very bad for Iran. But this just seems like a changing of the guards is what this reading is given. It's a changing of the guards, but it doesn't look like all is lost. It doesn't look like all is lost, but it does look like people are gearing up. It does look like people are gearing up for war, if you see this card here, okay? So that's what I can give you from the cards. I'll take a look at it because y'all are pulling me back into the secular world. You know, I'm over here in my spiritual world, but this is, you know, the benefit of working in tarot and working in astrology is that you can see some of these things come out. Anybody else got a question? Let me do Guthrie. Let me do a card on Nancy Guthrie. Let's see what's going on with her. And let me see if I should use this deck. Is there another deck I can use for Nancy? I got so many decks in here. Pick one. Oh, the Book of Doors. I don't know if this is gonna do it. I might want to do the other one, but I'll see. Let me not do my cards like that. What does the tarot have to say about Nancy Guthrie? Are there any messages you can give us? Nancy Guthrie. Nancy Guthrie. Why is the Emperor coming out? The Eight of Pentacles. That's the Sun card. That's Gemini. Yeah, I gotta look at the astrology for Nancy. It's giving me a lot of information. It's telling me something about Gemini. Maybe something about Aries. There's some Aries references in this card. It looks like I don't know, I'm getting like, the word grunge came into my head. But like, you know, like people who ain't up to no good. And something about a tattoo. But again, there's a lot of Aries references. Aries references the head. Maybe something's going on with her head. Some kind of marking. Let me see if I can get another card. Nancy Guthrie. Why is the Eight of Coins here? Why is the Eight of Coins here, Spirit? Nancy Guthrie. And then the Lovers comes out. The Lovers talks about Venus. And the Sun card talks about Gemini. The Lovers talks about a decision. It talks about two paths. Like there were two paths that she could have taken, or two paths. It's like the angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other. So someone had to make a decision, maybe concerning her. But there's a lot of head references. I'll take a look at it. Thanks for letting me know about her. And I'm going to take a picture of this to see how this relates to Nancy. But I do see that she's an Aquarius. And Gemini is never good. Gemini, if you guys study serial killers and murders, a lot of times it'll happen when the moon is in Gemini. And if the moon's not in Gemini, there'll be something transiting that'll be like anywhere from like 18, 19 to 29 degrees Gemini. Okay? So that's never good. It's never good to see Gemini when you're asking about cases like that. So I'll go back and see what Gemini has to do with it, but there's some Aries references. Aries is war, Aries is Mars, Aries is the head, Aries is burns, accidents, fires, cuts, bruises, all of that stuff. And if you saw the bruise on her head, I mean, not the bruise, but the markings on her head, you know? So it'll be interesting. I'll take a look at her. I'll take a look at her. Anybody else got questions? Don't be afraid, I'm with you. Bless your heart. I separated with my girlfriend. Is that right? You're testing me? D7. Let me know your question. You want to know if she'll come back? I'll do your reading. Am I... Oh, are you translating too? D7, D7th the sun, D7th sun, the seventh sun. I am the course of her. Am I the cause of her? Give me that question one more time. I'll do a random. I'll just do a reading for you. I'll pull a card for you. The seventh sun. What message do you have? Let me do this one. I love this deck for relationships. Let me do this one. The seventh sun. What's going on with the seventh sun's relationship? The seventh son is asking about his relationship with his girlfriend. What are the messages that he needs to hear the most? What are the messages that the seventh son needs to hear the most about his relationship? Okay. The seventh son. The lovers came out. You know, so the first thing I see is the Queen of Swords. So, someone might have their sword out. Okay. Your person is in a situation now where maybe they're listening to other people. Maybe there's some kind of rumors going on, but she has her sword out. Okay. So when the Queen of Swords comes out, less talk and more action. Okay. Maybe she's waiting to watch for you to see if you're going to do something. All right. The Queen of Swords is most likely not going to make a move. She'll meet you at the door with her sword. This is the woman that won't even like open her door. That's the type of energy that the Queen of Swords gives. If you see this card here, you know, somebody's tired. This was kind of reversed, but somebody's tired. Somebody's kind of fed up. It did start out with the lovers. Okay, so I don't know if there was infidelity in the relationship. There could have been some kind of infidelity. Maybe somebody made a choice for another lover. Okay, this is the past. This could also be you and your person. Maybe there was a loving relationship in the past. Okay, and that had you guys swimming in some kind of emotion. But now the Six of Cups has come out. Okay, and so this card, I can read this card two ways. Okay, I can read this card as this card, a lot of times it can talk about your friends, okay, and the people that you associate yourself with. Maybe and a question being, you know, like birds of a feather. Do you surround yourself with people that are beneficial to you? Are you surrounding yourself with people that will help you live your purpose? But ultimately, your friends could be an issue as to why the Queen of Swords has come out. Okay, I can also read it as somebody running from their inner child. A lot of times this This gives me like the avoidant card. Because you could see a man running from a child, but you know, the child looks scared and this individual is running from them. Okay, so I like to read this as somebody running from their inner child. This is a lot of times comes out, just think about everything you've heard about an avoidant, someone who once you get too close, they have to pull away. Okay, so I don't know if that's your person. Maybe she's an avoidant, or maybe you're the avoidant and the Queen of Swords has come out because of situations that have happened. Okay, so either way it could be read. But to change the circumstance, people have to deal with reality. They have to face themselves in the mirror, and they have to reveal the truth to themselves. Okay, so we will spend eternity separated from God and the agony of knowing we will never be forgiven or reconciled to him. Turn away from this. Nothing is worth losing your eternal soul. Bro, cut it out. It's 3:30 in the morning, okay? What you need to be doing is praying for Iran. You need to pray for the world. You need to pray for your soul and your salvation, okay? God has given me my gift, and I'm here to help others. I'm here to help people reach their divinity. You are looking for the lambs, okay? Go find the lambs. There are so many levels to it on this earth. And where you are, blessed be, you will help people where you are. But we're not on the same level. We are not. I think you mean, are you the cause? You keep saying, are you the course? And like I said, oh, well, you probably heard me because I'm answering you late. I asked, oh, you think she's cheating? I didn't even see that part. Please, I hope this is for my highest good. Like I said, something about her friend group. There's something about the people that she's hanging around that may not be beneficial to your relationship, or she has some kind of mental health issues where she is not in tune with her true feelings. Okay? She's running from the innocent part of herself. And maybe you bring that out in her. Maybe you bring out some kind of vulnerability that she's not comfortable with. You know, sometimes people are put in our lives to help us realize what we've been missing, what we weren't used to. And these ailments, these situations took years to come to. I don't know how long you've been with her, but if she's worth it, you want to have patience. Okay? Now, at the same time, you don't want to hurt yourself. You don't want to put yourself in harm's way. And when people see that you're willing to sacrifice yourself, it's human nature for people to take advantage of others. Okay? It's human nature for people to take advantage of others. It's our responsibility to set boundaries for ourselves. So if she's behaving in a manner that is not conducive to you, to your soul's growth, to your spiritual growth, beautiful things happen in separation. Okay? Separation is a time when man and woman, where feminine and masculine, heal. And so if you guys are separated, then this is a time of healing. She should feel your absence. If you guys have been together for 4 years and you guys are not together right now, she should feel your absence. If she doesn't, then that's when you need to take a look at yourself and see if this is something that's beneficial for you. So I always ask people to get into prayer at this time, especially during separation, and ask for guidance, okay? Whatever religion you are, ask God for guidance, all right? And don't dwell too hard, because when you fixate on things, you lose. you lose out. So you've been separated for one day? Or do you guys live together? I guess that's another question. But yeah, is there infidelity? Are you afraid that infidelity is a part of it? Is that your question? Do you think that she is cheating? Because it's not easy. It's not easy for a woman to leave the home. Okay. But if you want to email me at ladyninty@nintikila.com. LADY at NINTIKILA.com. Okay? And I can give you an astrology reading to see what's going on. I'd rather do it on you because I like to tell people not to focus so much on the other. It's really about you. So that's my advice to you. But yeah, from what the cards are saying, there's a situation here. Okay? There is a situation here. And, you know, you see somebody running away. So she's running away from something. And so that's the question you need to ask her. What is she running away from? Is she running away from herself? Is she running away from her emotions? Or is she running away from you? And people can run away with their legs and they can run away with their mind. So how long has she really been gone? Is another question you can ask yourself. Okay? So guys, it is 3:35. I'm out of here. I'll be back tomorrow with more from the storm and see what's going on with you guys and check in. I did see something about Psyche and Eros. I do follow you know, something just came to me, and this is what the seventh sun situation. I'm going to say this. People can fail tests. People are being tested right now. And there's an alignment coming up, I think on the 1st. I think Psyche and Eros are going to be conjunct. And I went back and looked, 2025, 2026, there was no conjunction. So I think this is a big deal. I think it's March 1, there's going to be a conjunction of Psyche and Eros. And I follow Psyche and Eros for twin soul, twin flame union, that type of energy. So just be mindful these next couple of days and see and watch what happens. People might appear in your life. People might disappear from your life. Okay. And a lot of times it's because they're being tested. But this is a time where you need to be true to yourself. This is not a time for get back. This is not a time for, oh, well, he or she did that and I'm going to go do it too. No, this is a time to know yourself, to heal yourself, okay? And to take care of what's best for you. And what's best for you may not be jumping right into another relationship, okay? So that's all I have for you guys today. I want you to take care, blessings, and I will see you guys next time. Oh, can you guys subscribe? I am, I'm only like a couple away from 500, and once I do 500, I can monetize. I keep forgetting to say that every time because I know y'all will do it if I just ask you. So God bless you too. So yeah, you guys, please make sure you subscribe before you leave, and I'll be back and we'll do this again tomorrow. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.